Okay, so at this point, I think you could see we've got some pretty good, nice 3D stuff. Problem is, this background is starting to get a little distracting because it's kind of showing us like the same image and things like that. So we want to go ahead and turn that off and replace it with the sky background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take this little plane right here. I'm going to duplicate it. And let's just push it back here a bit. I'm going to scale it up quite a bit. Move it like around something like that. Make sure it's big enough to cover everything. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and assign the sky shader to that. So let's come and let's go to our projection cam 1 shading camera. Let's right click on that. And so if you right click and go down to graph network, that'll just graph it. Let's duplicate this because we're going to create a sky projection. So with this selected, I'm going to go to edit, duplicate, and shading network. And then this one, I'm going to call this projection cam 1, and we'll call this sky shader. Okay. And then here we just want to scroll over to where we see this DMP without statues. Let's click on that. And then let's click on the folder, and then let's go find sky. And then let's click on that plane that we just made. And then we'll come over here, right click and hold, and assign material to selection. So now we have something that's starting to look kind of cool. Okay. I don't know that I really want all this stuff on the side. So that's where this, you don't really have to worry about this if you don't want to, because we can keep the camera within those framings, but I kind of want to turn it off. So I'm going to come here and click on this place 2D texture, and I'm going to turn off this wrap U and wrap V. Okay. And now I can just see just the background, and I think that's going to be a little better for what I want. And so let's move this project cam that was made up here. Let's go ahead and hide all those image planes. Again, you just hide things by clicking H on your keyboard. And then let's also move these place 3D textures up there. Okay. And then let's go ahead and name some stuff. I'm going to call this building, let's call it LT underscore building 1, LT underscore building 1 underscore 2. Let's call this tower, BG, and then underscore card 1, BG underscore card 2, and then this is our sky. Cool. The next thing I want to do is I want to come to this projection camera, and I want to duplicate it. Okay, and then I'm going to move that underneath all this, and then let's rename this to render cam. Okay, and then with our render cam selected, I'm going to go to our channel box layer editor, and I'm going to click and drag on all of this. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go to unlock selected, and then I'm going to click S to set a keyframe. Okay, now I want to, and I can see that keyframe right here, but now I want to look through that. So I'm going to go to panels, perspective, and down to render cam. Okay, and I want to go ahead and set up some camera settings on this. So I'm going to go to the attribute editor spreadsheet, and I want to make sure that I'm in, I'll see two tabs, right? The render cam and the render cam shape. I want to make sure that I'm in the render cam shape. And I want to go down to a section called display options, and I want to open that up. I want to turn on display resolution. That'll show me my resolution and what's in frame and what's not. And then I want to put this overscan to like 1.25. And so this overscan is kind of very similar to the overscan that we've been using. It doesn't change the camera at all. It's just kind of allowing us to step away from the camera a bit and kind of get a bigger view. I'm going to go to frame 120, and then I'm just going to do something like I'll push in maybe something like that. And then I'll do an S to set a keyframe. So now if I click play, you can see we're starting to get this 3D scene. And again, I can see some doubling that's happening back there. Let me see kind of what's going on. Because we're seeing kind of like past that. So we could do some more map painting just for this specific area. But I'll probably, for now, just go back to our render cam to frame 120 and just kind of position our camera in a way that'll work. And then I'll click S again to set a keyframe. So I'll just kind of do tweak the camera to kind of try to make that work. Cool. So now we've got this 3D scene. Now, by the way, if you're clicking play and it's going way too fast, come over to this little orange running dude in the bottom right-hand corner, and it'll take us right to our time slider. I've got my playback speed set to play every frame, but if you have this set to free, it's going to play extremely quick. So you want to change this to like 24 FPS by 1, and then click save. And then it should play at a more appropriate speed. All right, cool. So the only thing we're missing now is some water. So I think that's what we'll take a look at next.